Welcome back, guys. The recording cut out on the previous episode, so it was cut a little bit short, but nothing was happening, so not a big deal. So we're going to be continuing on this Austro-Hungarian campaign, crossing our fingers that we managed to upset some nations and start a war. We've got another 330k monthly balance from that. We've got a torpedo propulsion tech here, but it's not going to make much difference. Not really worth refitting the ship at the moment. So I'm going to try and ruin my relations with the French, and hopefully that will put us in a position where it starts to build up tension. I don't know if it will, but it's worth a try. So we're just waiting for these battleships to finish building. Interesting that we've got Uruguay as a nation. So that'll probably be a minor nation in the future. So my unrest is rather high at 25 at the moment, so I'm going to take this one just to reduce the unrest by 1. Got another torpedo propulsion here, so we're getting closer. We've got a torpedo size as well that we can refit if we want. Right, so we've got our 6 battleships now. So I did get a new armour research, so I'm just going to refit this ship a second with the new armour. And it's put the armour up. Very interesting. Okay. I did not expect that. So we're not going to refit. Very interesting. So what we're going to do is put these battleships, let's put him a bit further away from the other task fleet. So we're just going to put 1 in each sea zone. and then cross our fingers that that will increase some tension. Well, let's see how we get on. Well, it's certainly not looking promising at the moment. Okay, unfortunately, these have all combined, so I'm going to have to break them up. When ships move through tight spaces, like the Gibraltar Strait, they can quite often clump up, like we've seen here. And it's not making any difference whatsoever. Oh dear, this is bad news. Well, we've got the torpedo propulsion tech that we were after, so let's refit this torpedo boat. So they're passive techs, then, torpedo propulsions, so you don't need to actually change anything for them to apply. So as you can see, we've got 2 kilometer range now, which is the amount that we were after. So it looks like we've reached the limit of what this torpedo boat can do, which is 31.9. So we've got a little bit of weight left over. Now, if we put this up to 16 inch, that's going to put us over by quite a bit. So I would have to reduce that speed quite considerably. We may as well have a look, see how much. That's not too bad, 30 knots. I'm quite happy with that. So there was a bit of a bug in the beta version where you can refit torpedo boats even if they're not in port. So we're going to test that. So it says refit 1 month. They're obviously at sea, so we're going to see if they do actually refit. Right, we've got -7 relations with the French there. So I'm going to take that. they haven't refitted, right, so they fixed this bug. So we're going to need to bring back our torpedo boats so they refit. So we're going to continue ruining the relations with the French, and hopefully we'll get to a point where we start a war, even if we can't build tension up the normal way that you would. Right, so this is going to help us start a war, but it's not ideal having to rely on the AI starting wars to get us into a war. Let's have a look. We're at 89 now. It looks like they're trying to get us to ally with the Italians and the British. Now, at the start of the game, you can choose whether to do historical AI opponents or random, and I chose random, so that could be a mitigating factor as to why I'm struggling to build the tension up. I don't actually know. Let's have a look, see if we've still got one more lot of torpedo boats that need refitting. Right, so we can start a war. Not the conventional way that you would normally start a war, but at least we can start a war. So it's knocked our relations down with the German Empire, so that's interesting. So it seems like in this playthrough, it's the French and the Germans versus the British, the Italians and us. So that's interesting. Right, so we're going to need to send out our torpedo boats again. Now, I don't particularly want to use these battleships. They were only there to try and build tensions. So I think what I'm going to do is bring them all back home. They're probably going to get ambushed along the way. But if they do, I'll just auto-resolve the battle. Now, I don't particularly want to be allied with anyone, because I don't think you can break alliances. So I'm just going to refuse any offers for alliances. It looks like I might have accidentally combined these torpedo boats with this battleship, so we'll just keep an eye on what happens here. That was as they were going through the Gibraltar Strait again. It's a little bit annoying. Right, another offer of an alliance, so I'm just going to refuse that. And we've got a battle against a single light cruiser. Well, let's just do it. We haven't had a battle yet, so why not? So I'm just going to break all the ships up so I can control each ship individually if I need to. The enemy are to the south, so I'm going to choose this ship as my lead ship. Tell everybody to screen him. So you can use the AI button to locate the enemy, or you can use the retreat button, and then whichever way it sends you, you know that you need to go the opposite way to find the enemy. So they're the two little tricks to hunting down an enemy if you don't know where they are. So as you can see, I haven't exactly used much skill in this battle, and I've sunk the ship with relative ease, to be an understatement. Right, that's just reminded me that I've still got torpedo propulsion on my priority. So what I'm going to do now is switch over to torpedo tubes. The next thing we want is triple launchers. That way we can put deck torpedoes on a cruiser. We can also change our torpedo boat designs to have doubles and triple launchers in the centre, so they can all fire in the same direction. Right, let's see. Yeah, that battleship ended up joining on to them torpedo boats, so just gonna break him back off again. We've got twin torpedo tubes, so if we want, we can redesign this with twin torpedo tubes. So let's have a quick look, see what it looks like. Okay, so they're actually way more with 6 torpedo tubes than they do with 6 individual. I'm pretty certain that that never used to be the case. There used to be a flat increase of the same amount, so it'd be 17 tons and 34. So it's yeah, they've increased the tonnage of multiple tube launchers, which is interesting. I don't think I'm going to bother them, because I've already got 3 torpedoes on either side. I don't see the point in that. I mean, I could do that. So then I could get 5 torpedoes on one side or the other. It's definitely an option. Yeah, I might do that. But I'm just going to need to do a little bit of balancing. Right, there we go. So we've got 5 torpedoes instead of 6, but they can shoot both directions now, so I think that's perfectly acceptable. So I am going to need to bring them back to port again to refit them all. A little bit inconvenient, but ahaha, 3 months this time instead of 1. So I think what I'll do is I'll leave them out and use them as they are, and then they can just refit as the repairing. Right, so we've got ourselves a proper battle now. See how well we deal with these torpedo boats. So they're going to be the thing that we're going to struggle with the most, because our ships are obviously designed to torpedo, and torpedoing torpedo boats is a bit of a challenge. It'll be interesting to see how the torpedo detonation works with different torpedo stocks. Because normally if you lose a torpedo tube, you lose all of the torpedoes. But if we've got different types of torpedo tube, we might only lose the one of the same type. So it'll be interesting to see, because that would mean that you'd be better off taking a single, a double, a triple, a quadruple, you know, one of each one rather than all of the same. So we've landed 4 torpedoes straight off the bat and taken out their biggest ship. Down goes another light cruiser. I'm just going to move this ship out of the way of friendly fire range. Just about managed to dodge them friendly fire torpedoes. Got another light cruiser down here. Another light cruiser down. Landed a couple of torpedoes on that torpedo boat. Didn't quite line that up properly there. Cocked that up. So I'm going to have to wait for some reinforcements to take this light cruiser out, sadly. Got a couple more torpedoes on this torpedo boat, that was nice. So it looks like we've still got one torpedo boat somewhere around here that we've missed. So I'm just going to see if I can try and locate him. Looks like we've landed another torpedo boat, torpedo on a torpedo boat here. Unfortunately, threaded the eye of the needle there. We'll be all landing some gunshots now that he's slowed down. That's nice. Right, let's see if we can actually execute a proper torpedo attack this time. I think I might turn this off until we get into the correct position. Taking a bit too much heat here. Well, I haven't had a torpedo detonation to find out whether that theory worked or not. Quite a lot of torpedoes flying in here. There we go. I reckon that should be the end of him. Oof. 6 torpedoes landed. Nasty. Another 3. Right, so there is a torpedo boat somewhere around there, but I can't be bothered searching for a single torpedo boat. Looks like there's 2 actually. Right, well, that was pretty quick. A swift, decisive victory there. I reckon that was probably a lot quicker than trying to use guns instead of torpedoes. Right, so as them ships go back to repair... Oh, wait a minute. They were using the latest torpedoes. So it seems as if that they might have refitted. That's weird. All them ships refitted while still at sea. And it only took 1 month instead of 3. So it is still bugged. Oh well, I'm not going to complain. Right, it looks like this task fleet has retreated. So I'm going to have to send it back out again. Now I could put these battleships onto limited if I wanted, because I don't intend on using them, so I may as well reduce the cost. I could mothball them if I really wanted, but that'll do. That reduces the cost quite significantly. Yeah, I don't want to be allied with anyone, so I'm just going to decline every time. I don't particularly want to be fighting small battles because they're boring, so I'm just going to auto-resolve anything that's small. Well, we've got a chance to take down a battleship. We've got an armoured cruiser and a light cruiser as well, so I'll take that. So we're going to keep an eye out to see if torpedo detonations reduce both stacks or just one, the one that they hit. He's coming in quite fast. I'd say that's a pretty nice start. I don't really want to be firing all my torpedoes at him, but I want to just take them all off auto fire. I'd rather try and finish him off while I can. Oh, looks like we're going to get some friendly fire. No. Yeah, friendly fire. Oh well, it is what it is. At least the torpedo boat's down now, so looks like we might have another friendly fire torpedo here. Yeah. Oh well. I could have tried to dodge it if I wanted, but it is what it is. Alright, well, we lost 2 torpedoes there from taking a torpedo hit. Torpedo deck destroy, I should say. Landed a couple of torpedoes on that light cruiser, that was nice. We've got an ammo death. That was lovely. Dud torpedo. Sad. Got another dud torpedo. 3 dud torpedoes, ouch. 5 duds in a row. Got a few torpedoes flying in here. Hopefully one of them. Yeah, nice. Nice. And we've got 3 big hits on him there. So there we go, that was quick. We lost a couple of torpedo boats this time, but not a big deal. Well, we may as well take it because it's a battleship and I want to sink it. So we still haven't had a torpedo detonation to confirm or deny this theory. Well, that didn't last long. That didn't last long at all. The torpedo boat just 1v1'd a battleship. That was lovely. Right, well, because this is taking a short while. Oh, it's actually gone pretty quick. I'm going to call it an end to this episode anyway. We'll start off with this battle in the next episode. So, cheers for watching, guys. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.